Hello, welcome to day 305 on the Old Testament reading. You are doing a fantastic job. My name is Kira Pugh and we are reading a new book, the book of Joel today. We're reading from 1 through to 2:17. Now, Joel is one of the minor prophets and he comes with a really serious warning for the Israelites. As we've read, he talks about an invasion. And he uses words to describe this invasion. The earth shakes, the sky trembles, the sun and moon are darkened. This is really serious. But it's not an invasion of men and military horses. This is a bug invasion. Joel is talking about a plague of locusts. But the people he's talking to in Judah are farmers, agriculture, crops and plant and fruit is what their livelihood is based on. It's what they eat from, it's what they live from, it's how they generate their income. So an invasion of bugs that's going to come and eat your fruit and crops and destroy your plants, destroy your fields, is bad news. And so we have some idea. A swarm of locusts could contain up to 10 billion individual locusts. They could devour in one day what 40,000 people would eat over a year. So this isn't kind of, some locusts coming along that means you go, drat, my allotment didn't produce as good potatoes this year as it did last. This is a plague that causes devastation, that puts a community at risk of survival. Joel's interpretation of this was that God was using this to call the Israelites back to him. The Israelites had yet again turned their back on God, been unfaithful, forsaken him, not gone to the temple, not worshipped him. And God was wanting to call his people back, and this was his warning to them. He was saying, come. And this had extra significance to the Israelites because, as you'll remember from reading in Exodus, a plague of locusts is one of the things that God used to help them flee their oppressors, leave Egypt, and reach freedom. And now God was using a plague of locusts to warn them. What a blow! How bad had they got? But God doesn't want to destroy his people, and with God there is always hope. God was wanting to save his people. He was asking them to return to him. There's a divine call in chapter 2, verse 12, where it says, "Even now, declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting, weeping, and mourning." And then Joel goes on to describe the character of God. And he uses words that have since become famous to us. We put them in our songs, we love them. It says, return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and abounding in love. God's nature is always to call his people back to him. No matter how far the Israelites strayed, no matter how far we walk away, God always calls us back. There is no walk that is too far. There is nothing that is too big for him. I'm convinced God cares so much more about us returning to him than why we left. So much more about us getting up than why we fell down. So in your day, remember that this all-abounding God of love, his relentless call is always to his people to return to him. Have a good day and I'll see you tomorrow.